Hey guys! Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nutrition Mythbusters. Today the myth we'll be busting is going fat-free actually trouble-free? So we're talking about labels and reduced fat, low fat, what do they mean and why are they on our labels? Well, they actually all mean something different. In order for something to be reduced fat, it means it has to have 25% less grams of fat than its original counterpart. If something's labeled as low fat, then you want it to have 3 or less grams of fat per serving. And then if something's to be fat-free, there still might be a little bit in there, but it just has to be less than 0.5 grams of fat per serving. So what's wrong with eating foods that are labeled fat-free? Well, the issue is that a lot of times when a food is labeled fat-free, it also has a lot less flavor. You take out the fat, you take out a lot of the flavor. So a lot of times we're replacing it with things like sugar and other things that aren't necessarily healthy for us. Take this yogurt, for example. So we can see that it has about 1.5 grams of fat in this low-fat version. However, its carbohydrate level is about 33 grams, and out of that, it's going to have about 26 grams of sugar. So a good portion of this is just pure sugar because we took out some of the fat that was giving it that flavor. Another great example would be our peanut butter. So a regular peanut butter is going to contain about exactly peanuts and salt. Then when we go to our reduced fat version, they have to take away some of that fat, but again, taking away some of the flavor, and you're going to have to replace it with things like sugar and high fructose corn syrup. Sometimes they even replace the peanuts, the fat that would come from the peanuts, and they replace it with a different type of oil. So sometimes we're just better with going with our plain old regular peanut butter. As our next example, I have a low-fat granola bar. So low-fat granola bars, they're actually usually pretty high in sugar, and then they're also really low in protein. So with this combination, the protein is what will keep you full. So if it's low in protein, high in sugar, you're just going to get this spike in your glucose, and then in about 20 minutes you're going to be hungry again. So what's the solution to this? Well, we can try some heart-healthy fats. So we've got things like olive oil, salmon, almonds, avocados. These are going to be great. They're going to be heart protective, prevent against things like heart attack and stroke. So it's a great option. And you can think of these things when you're preparing meals for your family and at the grocery store. Look for some of these healthier fats instead of reading the labels and picking all of just your low-fat items. But when all else fails, we can just go with our naturally low-fat foods. So these are going to be your fruits and your vegetables. And a great way to have fresh fruits and vegetables all the time is implement a community garden in your location. That way you can share it with the whole community and everyone can have access to these low-fat, naturally low-fat foods. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time.